Good afternoon, my crime family. Been a while. Yeah. Um, Thought I'd do a chat, which it's been a long time since I've done this. And I know you guys like that when I do that. So I thought I'd do that. And there's some things to talk about. Welcome to Once Upon a Crime Time. I'm your host, Tommy Jude. And I better say some thank yous or some hellos. Hello, Amy, and I'm sorry about your grandparents tonight. And when was that? Um, what you're talking about there in Pennsylvania? I think I remember hearing about it. Um, Hi, Donna, Bella, Bubbly. There you are, Leah, my girl, and Amy, Debre, my girl, Deborah, Willow, Natural. Good to see you, Latina. Karen, my beautiful girl. She's a hard working girl. She's a hard worker, Karen is. Sooner girl. Grammy. Lila. Bianca. Hi. Willow, I think I said. Deborah. There's a few of you in here. Okay, well, hello to everybody. Debbie. Leslie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and it's filling up. But the reason I run longer intros is so that it gives time for people to come up. Hi, Vicky. Gives time for the room to fill up a little bit. I was told when I first started to run 9-minute intros. You're lucky I don't go by that suggestion. I was told to run at 9 minutes because after 9 minutes you can swear. Well, I think that's for people that make money on their channels. So I can say anything anytime I want. So fuck yeah. Hi, Tracy. I can be you guys are hearing me okay and everything? Yes, it has been, Latina. And Tracy, hello. Bubbly, yeah, you were texting me when I was trying to get ready. I had to line up a few things here. We're going to go over that toxicology that I have some opinions on. And then, does anybody know Nika? What is it? Nika's Nero something or whatever? Nika's Nero Nuggets. Anybody ever hear of that? I guess she had a channel before. And it got shut down or something. She talks about it. But I'm going to run something on that too. And we'll run a couple other things. My football game is on tonight, the Vikings. So that's why I'm doing this at a little earlier. Actually, what, is Luna in here? I don't see her in here. Yeah, I need to talk to her. And actually, there was something I looked at that I found interesting that I might run on here. Tracy, you said Luna Noyer. I thought maybe she was in here. I know who she is, and I do need to speak to her. Yeah, well, there's some issues there that I need to talk to her about. Anyway, does everybody know about Rory's comeback? Rory is on tomorrow night at 6:30. So, yay, he's back. I know he's been working his ass off. So, It's good to see him being able to get back. So 6:30 tomorrow night. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, so am I. I'm excited to see him again, and I mean we've been talking, but just it's good to see him and talk that way. So, but let's get started here. I think on this chat, and this will be something to talk about here. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. It's J for Justice, I do believe. Find it here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, where am I at on this? Oh, of course, it changed on me. I'll let it run a little bit. I'm not going to run the whole clip because it is fairly new, and I don't want to piss her off or nothing. So I'm just going to run the main thing here. So here we go. Hey, Rach, how you doing, my girl? Good to see a lot of my mods in here. You're all beautiful people, by the way. All you, my subs and my mods. There's nobody like you at all. Period. Okay, so yeah, we are. Let's run this.
In figure 13 of the toxicology report is the toxicology summary for fatality accidents by category. We see the details of the remaining non-DUI charge adult cases broken down in this table. And if we scroll down to murder, attempted murder, we have a total of 4. And then the results of those toxicology reports are as follows.
Okay, take a look. Drug violations negative, 172 of the 172 positive cases. 118 contained CNS drugs. Okay, which should be like could be like your morphine and stuff. 3 of them had, or 13 of them had the CNS. Okay, cannabinoids, which someone had weed in their system. Okay. The other ones, though, is I'm just going to tell you, in my opinion, what they are. I do believe one had Xanax. Okay. Xanax or it could be an antidepressant. And then one had opioid, which could mean anything from like morphine to fentanyl. So here we had the coroner saying, that it didn't matter, it wasn't gonna. It does matter. It matters a lot. It can describe what was happening in that house or in their lives. Here you have Xanax and an opioid and an opioid. I mean, do you agree with that? Hi, Lisa. Candy Cat Lady. Aunt Clara. Hi. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the chat here. I'm wondering if people agree with me. Yeah, exactly, Bubbly. Yep, exactly. They are finding on the street that Xanax, when they sell Xanax, yes, Rachel, no doubt about it. When they sell Xanax, they are finding fentanyl in the Xanax. And just to tell you, I get Xanax prescribed to me for not just anxiety, but I get panic attacks. And nothing works better than Xanax. Xanax is number one for that. But I get it prescribed. I get it right from the, from a pharmacy. I don't go buy them on a street or something like that. But that, to me, that changes everything. That I should just let this run. Maybe she won't get mad. I hope she doesn't get mad at me for doing this. Just if you're not subscribed to her, when this is all over, I'll probably go put I didn't even have time to do it today, but when this is over, I'm going to put links down below. You need to subscribe to her, and that's J is for Justice podcast. So look that up. I'm having a hard time pulling it up for some reason here. It's acting slow. Okay, maybe I got to refresh this. Let's try that once.
Breaking into our newsroom tonight, the autopsies of the 4 University of Idaho students killed just days ago were completed within the last 2 hours.
I was shocked when I got a call for 4 homicides.
Yes. It's my job to determine the manner and mechanism of death. Well, the toxicology reports, right, they usually take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. But they might, I don't think they're going to be relevant in the actual manner.
In homicide investigations, the analysis of toxic identifying potential suspects.
I think it's really important that Idahoans understand that they have one of the best forensic science labs in the entire world right here in Idaho. And I think it's also important for them to understand that whether they're serving as a juror on an important case or whether it's a relative that has been accused of a crime or someone that they know, that the evidence that is presented in court is solid, that it's reliable and robust.
In today's video, we're going to take a look at the 2022 Idaho State Police Forensic Report. Stay tuned. This is going to be groundbreaking, guys.
On all kinds of cases every day. So 90% of our work comes in from local police departments and from county law enforcement agencies. Those cases could be anything from a DNA case on a homicide or a sexual assault, or it could be
very busy. And I understand you won an award recently. Talk about that.
We did. We won the Foresight Maximus Award, which is an award that we partner with a university, West Virginia University, and they have evaluated us, looked at all of our business metrics, and they have named us one of the most efficient laboratory systems in the world, operating within 90% of peak efficiency. So we're very pleased with that, and Idahoans can be very pleased knowing that their crime lab is making the most efficient use of their tax dollars.
Autopsies of the 4 young victims have been completed with hopes of finding DNA evidence of their killer on their bodies. Latah County Coroner Kathy Mabbitt declared the victim's manner of death, stabbing, likely from a large knife. She told us the case is one of the worst she's seen.
They were pretty involved in the community, so it feels very personal.
Xana had bruises on her arms, possibly from fighting off her attacker.
She's a tough kid. Whatever she wanted to do, she could do it.
Toxicology is the branch of forensic science that focuses on the study of poisons, drugs, and other substances in the human body. This process is instrumental in identifying the presence of toxic substances, their levels, and their potential contribution to a victim's death. This video will explore the toxicology process applied to a homicide victim, highlighting its significance, methods, and the role it plays in unraveling the circumstances surrounding the crime. Toxicology is significant in the following ways. It can help cause of death determination. It can establish the timeline. It can identify suspects, and it can provide evidence for prosecution. The process in homicide investigations involves a series of steps, from sample collection, the preservation and chain of custody, screening tests, confirmatory tests, interpretation, report preparation, and collaboration with other forensic disciplines. Before we get into the official Idaho State Police Forensic Services 2022 fiscal report, I want to state ahead of time, this is all hypothetical and speculation, but it is very interesting. The first part of the report we're going to look at is homicides by age and number of cases. And you can see there is 1 between the ages of 10 and 19, and 5 between the ages of 20 and 29. The next part of the report shows us the number of cases and how they were killed. You will see that there is 5 by stab or incised wound. The next is the decedent gender and manner of death. And you will see there are 6 female homicides and 31 male homicides. In figure 13 of the toxicology report is the toxicology summary for fatality accidents by category. We see the details of the remaining non-DUI charge adult cases broken down in this table. And if we scroll down to murder, attempted murder, we have a total of 4. And then the results of those toxicology reports are as follows. 1 was negative, 3 positive, 1 contained cannabinoids, 1 contained a CNSD drug, and 1 contained a narcotic analgesic. CNS stands for Central Nervous System, which includes the brain and spinal cord. CNS drugs are medications that affect the functioning of the central nervous system. They can be used to treat a variety of conditions related to the brain and spinal cord, including neurological and psychiatric disorders. Here are some examples of CNSD drugs: antidepressants, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers, benzos such as Valium, Ativan, and Xanax, non-benzos such as Ambien and Lunesta, stimulants used in ADHD, which could include Ritalin or Adderall, and analgesic drugs, including OxyContin, morphine, and codeine. As you can see, there is a wide variety of drugs that this could be. I am by no means saying that any of the Idaho 4 victims were on any kind of illegal drugs. However, as I said before, this toxicology report is very interesting, but also very confusing, because it could mean anything from oxy to an antihistamine. Based on what we've heard and seen from the victims in the case, I would have to say this is one of the less invasive drugs, but that's just my speculation.
Well, the toxicology reports, right, they usually take 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. But they might, I don't think they're going to be relevant in the actual manner.
I know this information could be twisted, and some people might take it and make it look like the Idaho 4 victims were the users of drugs. That's not what I'm trying to imply at all. I think it's just interesting that this could be their toxicology reports, but as the coroner stated, it doesn't really matter because it isn't involved in the manner of death. It's just interesting and another piece to the case. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Let's keep this conversation going, and I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true.
Okay. I don't know if you follow her at all, but she's mostly, she kind of sides with the prosecution a little more than we do. In my opinion, in my speculation, I think that would have been Xanax, because we heard stories about Xanax before, right? And they made it confusing on purpose, people. They listed it that way on purpose. And the only reason they would do that is to try to make it confusing. Because I almost guarantee you it was an opiate. But what kind of opiate is another whole story. That's my speculation. It's just speculation, people. But I think it was probably an opiate. But what kind? Fentanyl? Was it a street bought thing? Or was someone prescribed it? It was more than likely a street. The way Moscow is, I would say it was probably more a street pickup on that. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Let's see what everybody's saying. Yeah, at some point, Lisa, I would like to do a show on that, but we need to learn a little bit more also. It's there, and it's definitely been hidden. And we need to dig into that. There's no doubt about it. But we have so much on our table right now. We really do. Oh, and Cynthia, I'll be sending you some stuff here by tomorrow, I do believe. So just letting you know that. Right, they call it blues, yeah. Yes, Kathleen, yeah, called blues. They're made to look like another kind of opiate, and it isn't. And that's the scary thing is people get prescribed these meds, and I know this. I've been addicted twice, and the first time was just by accident. I mean, I broke my ankle, and they gave me Tylox. I got addicted to them, and hard to get on. But I only got up to about 5 pills a day, but they're 15 milligrams, and I was snorting them. I ended up starting to snort them because somebody told me, "Oh, you can just take these capsules apart and you can just snort them. It's really good that way." So that's how I got addicted to them the first time. Where the hell was I going with this? Here comes Alzheimer's again. Yeah, so, but nowadays, and then I started buying them on the thing is you start buying them on the street. Back in those days, it was okay to buy them on the street. And I always found somebody that had, had got them from their doctor. But nowadays, just a speck of that fentanyl. I mean, just a speck of it. If you get the wrong amount, you're gone. You're dead. And the way they put them together, and I don't know if you've ever seen this, there's YouTube videos on this that you can look up as how they make fentanyl in Mexico and China and blah, blah, blah. their way of measuring is not good. And sometimes you'll get a pill that is a lot like what they're trying to copy, but sometimes they put too much in there, and that's where the problem lies. So people that get addicted because doctors prescribe this stuff for pain, and a lot of times it's needed for those people. They need to be out of pain. So it's a catch-20, you know what I mean? Catch 2020. You get on pain meds, which I believe they're needed sometimes. They're definitely needed. I mean, when I've had all my surgeries, I thank God I had them, you know, because they are needed. But once you get addicted to them, if you take them as prescribed, there shouldn't be many problems. You might feel a couple of days of uncomfortable a couple of days, but it's nothing you can't handle. If you start snorting them or injecting them, you're in fucking trouble. Then what happens is the doctor cuts you off and you go looking for him on the street. And that's where the problem lies. Ambien, yes, yep, that I've been on that before too. And actually, I wish I had some right now because I can't sleep worth a shit. The second time I was addicted, I was up to 30 to 40 pills a day of like Oxycontins and morphine. And I mean, I was really addicted. And I cut them off cold turkey myself. And it was one of the worst things a person can go through, trust me. It was awful. There was a month and a half of withdrawals. It was terrible. And I went to the doctor and explained to him what was going on. And I couldn't sleep. And he gave me Ambiens. He gave me 10 Ambiens last 10 days. They lasted me 2, and I still didn't sleep. I took 5 a night. I ended up taking 5, not all at once, but through the night, I ended up taking 5, trying to sleep, and I couldn't even sleep. That's how bad the withdrawals were. So I don't go there anymore, and I do get prescribed pain meds at times. So I'm careful of what I do now. I've learned my lesson. I don't ever want to go there again because it's an awful road. So anyway, this toxicology is in my opinion, they want to make it. They want to make it confusing because I do believe that someone had some drugs in their system. And if anybody remembers and has been following me, you know that I first started out believing that this was drug involved. Then I got away from it. Well, maybe I got away from it a little too quick. Because our investigations that are going on now is leading back to that. And now the toxicology is coming out, and that makes us think even more so. And, you know, it's kind of a catch-22, I guess is what they call it. You need it, but you have to be careful. You have to be careful when you're using it. You have to follow the directions. And if you don't, if you go off following the directions, you're going to be in trouble. And I mean, everybody from, I remember when Brett Favre, do you remember that? When Brett Favre got addicted. I mean, my God, Brett Favre got addicted. Do you remember that? And so, I mean, people, it's easy to get addicted to. It is. If you do not follow the prescriber's directions. Who you talking about, Karen? I'm going to look at chat here a little bit, if you don't mind. Yeah, the fentanyl is no good. Now, and I've had my dealings with that too, but that was after surgery because they do use it in hospitals. Oh, your brother. Okay, I got it. Yeah, that's okay. I got you, girl. Yeah, I know. Reading autopsies is awful. When I had to read my son's, and you know, when you have to sit there and read how they cut open his brain, I mean, it's just not. It's not a good thing to have to go over something like that. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Karen. Okay, right, cat lady. And that's good though, because you're prescribed that, right? And when you're prescribed it, that's a different situation. Now, I don't know if I've ever told you about my really, really best friend, John Van Dyke, or not, but he had a very rare rheumatoid arthritis, very, very rare. And he ended up in a wheelchair in the last 10 years of his life. And, you know, he was prescribed morphine. And he had to have it. I mean, he had to have it. And these medicines are magical for pain. But when you start getting addicted to them, I mean, that's a cat lady. That'd be like if you stopped right now, you would definitely have some withdrawals. There's no doubt about it. You would definitely have some withdrawals. But if you're taking them as prescribed, you know, you might have a week or something like that. I went on for a month and a half. That was the worst thing. I mean, when you're doing 30 to 40 pills a day of anything you can get your hands on, and then I was smoking opium too, and good opium, the black tar stuff. So I've been down that road, and I know what it's like. And what are you guys? What are you guys' opinions on the drugs and these kids? Because I would like to know, do you think going back to like when I first skated that Maddie had flushed some stuff down the toilet, all that stuff, how much stock do you put into that? Do you think something like that could have happened? Just, I'm looking for opinions. Yes, to me, no doubt about it. Oh, yeah, the wild lettuce. Actually, that's the true story. And you're not talking weed there. Yeah, the actual wild lettuce. Yes, that's good for pain. Yes. Right, Karen. Love you, Jackie. What's you guys' opinion? Okay, Bella. Kathleen. Okay, I'm just going to share some of these so everybody sees some of these chats. I'm going to share them on the screen. Yeah, you definitely needed that, Deb. No, I didn't know that about coconut oil. Yeah, yeah, Deborah. The opiates can give you the itchies. I know that by experience. Yeah, exactly, Sherlock. I agree. Hey, Randy, how you doing, buddy? The question here, Randy, I'd like to get your opinion on this. The question here is because I'm starting to lean back to towards where I was at the beginning, and that is in the drug department. That I think there was something going on, and I got away from that, but now I'm we've done some other investigations here lately in the last couple of weeks, and I'm starting to lean back towards that there was something going on in the house drug wise. What is your opinion on that, Randy? I'd like to hear yours on that. Yep, I know about the turmeric. Okay, bubbly. Yeah, whoops. Where is that? That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Right, Willow. There's some other things I've learned recently that I'm starting to think that again. Okay. Yes, go Vikings. Right, Karen. Yep. And you know what I get. We've talked about it. Okay, wait, here's Randy here. Okay, that's kind of where I'm at too, Randy. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. And geez, when I first started saying this, right, Leah, I agree. um, when I first started saying this, that there was, you know, somebody big involved and all this and the flushing and all that, I got totally attacked. Like especially when I went into other chat rooms and stuff, I just got totally attacked, and that's why I don't go. You'll notice I don't go into chat rooms a lot. I stay with my crime family because they love me, and I love them. Right, Karen? I'm liking to see what now I do want to show you something here. Let me see if I can find this again here. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Now, I don't know if you know her or not, Nika's Neuro Nuggets. I like her myself. Um, she's got 984 subscribers. And this video here, it's only a minute and 39 seconds. But I understand where she's coming from here. And Harsh talked about this recently also. So let me get over here. And I'll share this.
Did you miss me? I'm back. Back so soon. I had to get back on here because one of you got a hold of me just right now, and you were asking me if I had seen the messages that were apparently sent to me this morning in the comment section of somebody threatened to unalive me. I was still asleep. And I feel like the tube is pretty good at controlling the comments that come through. For some reason, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it got deleted after or what. But am I scared? No. I expected this. I expected to get unaliving threats. You know why? How beautiful is this? It's shiny. Because this is
Loading
not my
bullets.
first rodeo. I've had several channels before that were banished. I was banished. And even in those channels, I had several unaliving threats. Thankfully, I'm always prepared. Have no fear. Nika's here. And good night. Load her up.
Okay, so here is another creator being threatened. Her life being threatened. Now, Harsh has been getting this too. What's your opinion on this? Is it in my opinion, I think it's just some crazies out there that are so, like Harsh said, you know, they get their brain just stuck. They're guilty, they're guilty, they're guilty. And there's nothing that we can say to show them. I mean, we could show them that he's totally innocent and they would still say he's guilty. To me, it's one of these kind of kooks that are doing this kind of stuff. What are you guys' opinions on the threats that are going on to the creators? Now, I haven't been threatened yet, and I'm not scared at all. I'm surrounded by family on every side of me. I have an AR. I have a shotgun. I mean, if they want to come and mess with Tommy, they're you know what? You're going to end up dead out in my yard. And there's cameras everywhere. So, yeah, it is terrible. It's a terrible thing. People doing this kind of stuff, you know, exactly, to shut us up, Karen, right? Well, they're not going to shut us up. I can tell you that. Nobody's scared of these fuckers. I'm not scared of them at all. Actually, they'd be good target practice. Oh, look, they're moving. Like shooting ducks in a row, you know what I'm saying? I trained my kids when they were about 6 years old. I had them shooting .357 Magnums when they were 6, and by the time they were 8 and 9, I had them shooting .44 Magnums, 12-gauge shotguns with a pistol handle, ARs, M16 fully automatic. I had guns that like crazy back in the day, because I had to. First thing you seen when you walked in my door was an AR sitting right there, because people had to know. And I still, somebody still tried to rob me. And during the fight inside my house, the shotgun went off and blew a hole in my kitchen floor about that big. So, yeah, there's crazy, crazy people out there. I'm glad I'm not in that anymore. Let me see what's going on in chat. Yeah, I agree with that too, Leslie. Ooh, that could be and loving that. That, you know what? I could see that. I can see that. I never even thought of that. That very well could be. Yeah, that's respect. Yep. No, they won't, Karen. They won't shut up nobody. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Tulip Gate. I love watching Watchers. I might run that here in a bit. What else do I got to go here? Okay, I am going to run this. It's somebody that I need to talk to. And I don't like put it this way, I'm not going to promote the channel. Not until she talks to me and somebody else. But what she's got here should be seen. So I'm going to play it. Now, I'm going to have to stop it here and there for reading purposes. I'm going to stop so you guys can read. You might have to blow it up. Can you guys, I'm going to make sure you guys can read that. Okay, can you guys read that? Are you guys being able to read that? Too blurry? It is blurry too. Okay, well, yeah, she really needs to learn how to. Let me see if I can get to certain points here.
Don't drink and drive because it does affect people on the roadway.
You should be able to read that now. To me, that's still kind of blurry. Is that still kind of blurry? Yeah, I'm having a hard time seeing it too. My glasses aren't here right now. I think I'm just going to drop this one. Man, she really needs how to learn how to do that right. That's too bad. Oh, which one did I drop? Okay. Okay. Someone said something about. Yeah, that's too blurry, Randy. She needs to learn how to do that. Okay, somebody said something about a video here back here, and what was it? Yeah, it was kind of hard to do, Cynthia. I can't read it either. I was hoping it would come up better. Somebody said something about a video, and I wanted to run it. What video was it? I have a hard time, Blue Flame. Tulip Gate, yeah. Who was that? Who was that who did the Tulip Gate? It was about a few different things. Well, it was actually pretty good. If you want to watch it, maybe you can see it better without having going through StreamYard. It's Luna Noir. I didn't really want to promote her channel till she talks to me and talks to somebody else, because she has some explaining to do. But anyway, watching the Watchers, yeah. I love watching the Watchers. I think I turned you guys on to them way back when, I do believe, at least some of you who didn't know about her. Oh, okay. Why'd that come up? That doesn't make sense. Oh, what the hell here? Why is this person coming up? That doesn't even make sense. Watchers Club. Watching Watchers. Wow, what the hell's going on here? Why is it not finding that? Oh my God. Are you serious? I might have to look under history. Why would it not bring me there? It always brings me there. It's like I watched a video today, and I won't say who it is, but I had it cranked to 60 on my TV, and I still couldn't hear it. And it's like, come on, people. They must not edit, you know. We could run. Well, until I find this, I'm going to run some drip drop here.
This is a brand new investigative video into Moscow, Idaho, filled with explosions. If you want to learn more about the Idaho 4 and Brian Koberger, you're in the right place. Without further ado, let's see what I have to say for myself this time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always, except for when Baby Drip fills in for me. And I know you love when Baby Drip fills in for me. Anyways, let's just start this video off explosively, because you know I'm known for booms. Yes, I created quite the buzz on YouTube with the booms. And now all of your favorite creators say it. Anyways, check out this explosion. I have recently obtained a higher resolution image of the alleged doorknob that leads to the alleged secret passageway, aka the basement, aka the tunnel, aka we don't know what it is. I previously showed you the best image I had, and it was blurry. I questioned the authenticity of it. And now, look what we have here. This image has been scrubbed from all of the internet. Well, not exactly all of it, because now we have it right here in Crime Circus in front of millions and millions and millions of eyeballs. Shout out to each and every single one of you and your eyeballs. Yeah. What do we see here? What are we looking at? I'm going to give you a little perspective so you know exactly where in the house you're looking at this image. Right here, the lower right bedroom. This was allegedly being used as a storage room. This is where we all saw those golf clubs in the crack of the window blinds when the police officer was being a peeping pervert.
Stupid fucking idiots. Fucking idiots.
Yeah, right here. What secrets does this room hold? And why was the FBI re-investigating the house after I released my explosive videos talking about the tunnels? I literally made multiple videos saying that house holds clues that need to be investigated. And then right after I said it, the FBI decides to go into the house and investigate and look for more clues. Yeah. Whoa. You know that's a boom, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Other creators take note. This is how you find booms.
Yeah, well, the first boom with that came from Rory. Rory exposed the tunnels months ago, and he got so much flack from it that he stopped covering it. So, yeah, we knew about those tunnels a long, long, long time ago, and Rory is the one that exposed them. So, yeah. Yep, Leah, right. And I've been wondering about that all along myself. It's because I heard reports that there was entranceways in the house. I didn't want to show on it because I didn't want to get all the flack and be attacked by everybody about it and be saying I'm stupid and dumb and blah blah blah. But apparently, Drip Drop can handle it. But yeah, it was exposed by Rory a long time ago. Anyway, back to the bit.
You have to look. You have to look deep into the imagery, and you have to look at the bigger picture in these things. You can't just look at a picture for what it is. You have to see what's hidden within the pictures. Just like when Moscow PD was looking for any and all evidence of students' pictures. They said they weren't going to look for what was happening within the foreground of the photo, but maybe something happening in the back of the photo. Yeah, so you could say we're doing some advanced police department investigative research here. But no affiliation, of course. This is independent, just me and you, universally worldwide. Yeah, we are. So, you're going to have to leave me a comment down below. What does this mean? Is that a doorknob or isn't it a doorknob? And how come this image specifically was taken down from all realtor websites, but the rest of the photos were left up for a while? They've pretty much all been removed now at this point. But this photo was really, 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 really hard to find. And one of my viewers actually sent it to me because I have really, really, really good viewers that send me tips all the time. Informants, clue givers, helpers, button clickers. Together here at Crime Circus, we are the hive mind. We learn from each other and we give each other clues. And we don't even need to name names because you know who you are. Thank you. Anyways, you like explosions? Well, let's go to explosion number 2 in this video. Let's revisit this famous video of Maddie, Kaylee, and Jack all leaving Corner Club walking up the street. I previously showed you the rubber legs. Some of you said she was just being silly. Well, guess what? Silly doesn't give you rubber legs, and human legs don't bend that way. No, 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 no. Legs don't bend that way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. And just to give you a quick reminder on that, look at this. You'd have to have triple joints in your kneecaps for your leg to swing that way. I dare you to try it and upload it to TikTok if you're able to. Maybe that'll be a new TikTok challenge if you're foolish enough to have the TikTok app, because that is spyware and virus. RIP to you if you have that. Sorry, not sorry. So check this out. That was the beginning of the video. Maybe we can get a better understanding if we look at the ending of that video. Well, why don't you tell me? What did you see there? Anything of relevance? Anything noteworthy? Anything worth investigating? Or nothing? Let's take another look. I'm going to slow it down this time. We see this black metal pipe here, some type of railing or parking meter or something of the sort. I don't know. But what we do know, it's visible when it shouldn't be visible. When Kaylee walks in front of it, we shouldn't be able to see what's behind Kaylee unless Kaylee is invisible. Do we have any reason to believe Kaylee possessed invisibility powers? No, we don't. Let's take another look. Also, why does Kaylee's head double in size, but her two friends don't? Jack and Maddie's heads remain the exact same size. So, Kaylee's head doubles in size, gets taller, and a black pipe shows up in front of her when we shouldn't be able to see it. Boom! Remember, I previously let you know about NASA and Disney helping out in Delphi, Indiana with the bridge guy. The cartoonish bridge video that they released. Because that's what those two companies do. Disney and NASA does animations. Yeah. We don't know where this video came from or who had their hand in it before it was released to us. We don't know if this video is authentic or not, and we don't know who did any sort of funny editing to it. But I know you shouldn't be able to see a black pipe in front of a human being if the black pipe is behind the human being.
No.
And heads can't double in size unless you have some sort of shape-shifting abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, this investigation has gotten crazy. You know it has. And the craziest thing is, I'm not the crazy one. I'm not the one just making these things up. These are authentic videos as I found them from official sources, such as the mainstream media. This is what they presented us, and we are investigating the clues, because each and every clue could and should be very important. And nothing gets past us here. Nothing. Some of you out there even like to look for reflections in windows in parking lots. Very observant of you. So super observant. I haven't seen any reflections myself just yet, but maybe I'll go looking very soon because I'd love to see some reflections. I just hope it's not like looking for faces in clouds because I can't ever see any. Anyways, let's see what Maddie Mogan has to say for herself.
All right, can you hear me, Maddie?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you live at 1122 Queen Street?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well. Did you hear that? Is there any doubt now what the address was? I told you what it was. And now the previous tenant and the victim has told you what it was. Thank you so much for speaking from the grave, Maddie Mogan. R.I.P. We appreciate you. 1122 Queen Road.
Yes, I do.
So why do they keep telling us it's King Road? That's something to consider. It's something to think about. Why would they do this to us? If the address is what it is, why don't they just tell us the real address for this real crime? Maybe I should get the angel wing tattoo as a little memorial piece, as a little RIP to Maddie. What do you think? Comment down below if you think that would look good on me. And if so, Should I get it just above my elbow, like she did? We need to know. Also, I feel it's my duty and obligation to let you know there is a lot of disinfo agents working behind the scenes and in front of the scenes, so on and so forth, etc. in this case. People that want to deceive you, people that will put out false information. Sometimes it'll be the commenters, sometimes it'll be the YouTubers themselves. You really can't trust anybody in this case. Some of the things I've seen, super sus, red flags, red alerts. Everything I see, it's sus to us. For example, some misinformed people try to stir up things in the comment section. Pay them no mind. They're only there to deceive you, rile you up, and to question your core beliefs. For example, some people are convinced BK's family knows he did it. No, that's not true. That's tabloid information coming from third parties. His family has made no statements of any kind saying their son or brother is guilty. Hasn't happened. Also worth mentioning, many of you are so confused. Maddie Mogan's ID was not found in Brian Koberger's parents' house in a glove in a box. An ID was found in a glove in a box, and you don't know whose ID it was. It was probably his own ID. I've got all kinds of IDs and all kinds of miscellaneous places in my home, and they're mostly all mine. No victims of any kind. Thank you. If they really had that kind of evidence against Brian Koberger, he wouldn't even be defendable. If you found a victim's ID in his parents' house, boom, boom, yeah. He'd be guilty, and I would tell you he's guilty, because we don't defend guilty people here. No. Brian Koberger's...
Okay, yeah, Kathleen, yeah. And I've thought about that too, because it seems to me what we seen in the reflections was one being loaded into the truck. And then Brian pulls up and sees it, allegedly Brian, and then backs out. They might have decided, if there was more than one, they might have decided to use the tunnels to bring it back. I agree with that. It definitely makes you think about it anyway.
His attorney, Ann Taylor, is a University of Idaho alumni graduate. She certainly wouldn't defend a cold-blooded monster who passed away for university students. You know how bad that would be on her conscience and how bad that would be for her reputation in that small little area? It'd be pretty bad. Ann Taylor has said there was no connection between her client and the victims. And do we believe her? Yeah, we do. Do we know if Ann Taylor to be a liar? No, we don't. She seems like an upstanding, honest woman. For being a public defender, she seems pretty good. Hopefully she's not double-crossing her own client and playing for the other side. We can only hope for the best right now. Because Brian Koberger's family is so poor, they can't even afford private counsel. And for a case like this, you certainly would hope you could get some private counsel. But he's got a public pretender. But this is a winnable case for her because there is no evidence that I've seen. If evidence exists, that would be news to me. If the prosecution wants to talk about octillions, well then...
I would like someone, maybe I will, I don't know. If he wants to investigate reflections, boy, do we got something for him. Right? You've seen it. You've seen it. Has anybody been on my community page at all today? Because I posted a pic on my community, my YouTube community. Take a look at that one once. Slowly but surely, we just kind of leak them out. And yeah, I think Drip would do a good job backing us up on this reflection stuff. If he had the right, his investigators dig into this. He just needs to be told. So, yeah.
Then maybe we should start talking about reptilians. Yeah. And for those of you that know, you know. Shout out to you and your knowledge. If you're not aware of the reptilians, well, hang around Crime Circus long enough and maybe we'll talk about it. And I want to let you know out there, this investigation is only getting started. So if they do pass me away or try to frame me, you know I didn't do it. And you know I did this with a good heart, good intentions. That's the only reason to ever do anything in this life. If you have bad intentions when you're doing things, seek therapy and seek church ASAP. And a very brief reminder, I'm doing this for the victims and the victims' families because they really do deserve a thorough, proper investigation from people that don't have any skin in the game, so to speak. We don't have any agenda one way or the other, unlike some certain other people. And shout out to some of the tipsters that have sent me some explosive details that I just don't have time to talk about today. This goes to the tip top. We're talking islands in the Caribbean, private jets, mansions, some really wild things. And we're talking millions and even billions of dollars on the line. Yeah, this is serious, ladies and gentlemen, and you really need to start taking this investigation a lot more serious. People passed away. College students passed away. A fraternity bro and sorority sisters. Don't their lives matter? If you don't think so, please start acting like it because they do. This case is the most important thing in all of our lives. And that's why we do this. And we will never stop doing this until we have answers. And then we should probably move on. Unless you don't want to ever move on. And we'll talk about Moscow, Idaho forever. And yeah, I'm at high risk discussing these various items of interest. But how pathetic would that be if I chose not to? I literally have to. And yeah, Baby Drip responding to you in the comments, that's official. Yeah. Shout out to Baby Drip. In closing, I have something a little extra special for you, a little bonus clip. I've slightly altered the audio to avoid copyright issues. Check this out. What do you think of that? There is the surviving roommate partying it up with two girls who happen to look very similar to Maddie and Kaylee, R.I.P. And there also appears to be some underage drinking happening once again.
Oh my God.
Boom. I'm not so sure I could be partying like that after my roommates croaked, but to each his own. I guess we all grieve a little differently. Yeah. Anyways, please consider helping support this show. Link to my Patreon down below. Free or paid. The free tier, there's really no strings attached. You will get notifications for all my upcoming releases, so you don't have to rely on YouTube because I know YouTube probably won't notify you. You can also become a YouTube member. Shout out to you if you choose to do that. I appreciate it. And if I ever disappear off this platform, please come looking for me on Patreon. Your support goes a long way, and I appreciate you forever and ever and ever and ever. Thank you so much. Anyways, I'll be back again soon with more explosive investigative material. And until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.
All right. Yeah, I love Drip. Drip's one of the best. Yeah, you know what? I really, if there was going to be anybody that looked at our reflection series, it would be him. I would love to see what he says about that because he looks into every little nook and cranny, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, he really looks under, and he does have a good investigative team. And I've got a good investigative team. Very good. And it's getting better all the time. Yeah. So anyway, let's go to, this is Watching the Watchers.
was on the SWAT team there before coming to Moscow.
Oh, wait, I gotta
Executive
stop this.
chairman of an
Where is
organic
it? Where is it?
flour
Where is it?
mill, right? And that's more.
I want to see if you caught this. Okay, watch this real quick here. I'm going to stop it if I can.
Because you just won't believe it. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. I'm assuming, I don't think anybody's looked at this. Why would they? I have, though. So this is the CEO or the owner of the tulip farm, you know, Ethan Smile and all that. And you just won't believe.
Did I miss it?
His past work experience.
Hold on. There was something I caught. Was it on Bubbly's channel or I don't know. Somebody's channel.
This is the CEO or the owner of the tulip farm, you know, Ethan Smile and all that. And you just won't believe his past work.
Right here. Wilson Peck Properties Limited. I'm wondering about what Wilson family this is. If somebody wants to do a little digging on this Wilson Peck Properties Limited, that's in a different county, but I still wonder. Now, here's something else I want to straighten out right now. There was some rumors going around, and there was some videos out there that had Rory's name in it. Okay, that was related to this crime. Now, there's two Rorys, and that needs to be straightened out. There's our Rory, okay. There's also another Rory, and I'm just going to say Rory W. Okay, and I want people to know that there is a difference, a huge, huge difference, and I'll let you figure that out on your own. And by the way, I changed the nickname. You got it, Leah. I didn't say it. You did. Now, where was I going? Oh, I hate old timers. Oops, I said it. That's funny. Right, exactly, Bobby. But a lot of people didn't know that, and there were certain people trying to make it seem like it was our Rory, and it is not our Rory. Oh my God! I mean, people. It's just crazy out there. It really is. It's crazy. Anyway.
Experience, right? Starts off fairly normal, right? So co-founder, CEO of the Tulip Farm. He was a commissioner for Skagit. Sorry. I don't know why that word makes me laugh. Public Utility District, a broker for Wilson Peck Properties Limited, adjunct professor leadership studies for Western Bellingham. That's interesting because Nate Rosendahl was on the SWAT team there before coming to Moscow. Executive chairman of an organic flour mill, right? And that's more what you'd expect with this tulip farm sounds like that sort of thing. But then, right, where are we? Where's the flour mill there? Right. Tulip Town, partner and farmer. So that's something else. Is that the same tulip thing or another tulip thing? Then co-founder, you have to bear with me here because you just won't believe it. Co-founder and executive chairman of SB Venture Group, Economic Development Association of Skagit County, manager of Global Business Assurance, and this is through Amazon, crisis management, intelligence support, access control, then associate professor of American Public University System. Now look at this: covert operations, analytics to counterintelligence, intelligence and homeland security, assassination, history, theory and practice, ethical challenges in the intelligence community, imagery analysis, indications and warnings, regional threats, counter narcotics intelligence, transnational crime, bear with, I'll just spit it out. Sorry. Oh, dear me. I'm going to get sent out of class in a minute. Transnational crime and narcotics, terrorism, assessing the past to forecast the future. This gets better after this. Deception, disinformation and propaganda. Then he was an adjunct professor, you might have looked down already, teaching homeland security technology, national security intelligence, counterintelligence. Expedia Inc., Home Resources Talent Advisor, Military Recruiting Program Manager. Developed, implemented and managed first ever military recruiting program at Expedia. Business Continuity Program Manager. You wait till the last one. Leveraged project management acumen. I want to find the important bits. Drove overlapping risk management and incident response projects, redesigned enterprise emergency response playbook and communication standardization for 24/7 centers in US, India and Czech Republic. International business development consultant. I don't even know where that I don't even know. Weyerhaeuser. Is that a place? Sounds German. Federal Way, Washington. There's a Federal Way in Pullman, Washington. Okay. So what can we see here? Trying to do a bit of skim reading, which I am abysmal at. Weyerhaeuser, hold on, let's read the last one. Principal architect of an interdepartmental initiative to leverage inherent national resource management and international business expertise within Weyerhaeuser to support environment and economic development efforts within developing nations in Latin America, Africa, and the Pacific Rim. Cyber plans and programs, cyber adversary tactics officer, Washington State Air National Guard. I'll let you read that bit at your leisure. You can see there's counterintelligence there. Cyber intelligence, defense partners, signals intelligence, cyber threat, authored first ever Air National Guard Adversary Terrorist Tactics Manual, enabling initial force protection efforts. Deputy Commandant, Western Regional Counter-Drug Training Center, Camp Murray, Washington. Principal Organizational Training Liaison Officer to the Department of Defense senior leaders in Africa, Europe, Latin America, and the Pacific, personally involved in this. Either this guy is the biggest bullshitter ever, or what the actual fuck? And incorporating command transnational crime strategy, and he's growing tulips now, and policy, or is it a cover? And policy development, developed and implemented groundbreaking international, regional, and local training and education programs in Cambodia, Indonesia, Philippines, Maldives, Mexico, and across the US. Chief Operations Officer, Interagency Staff Force, Washington State Military Department, Emergency Management Department. Let's collaborated daily with senior intelligence and operations leadership as liaison officers to the US Treasury, DEA, FBI, DHS, and Global Department of Defense and intelligence community entities, nested and aligned strategy, budget, and operational priorities with international, national, state, and local stakeholders, strategies and operations. Special liaison to Washington State Congressional Delegation for Counter-Drug Issues, responsible for briefing and maintaining congressional awareness of organizational activities and budget and political requirements. Selected by Cabinet level Director of Washington Military Emergency Department as Special Assistant Advisor during regional national security event, the 2010 Vancouver Olympics, United States Air Force. Can we believe it? Foreign Area Officer. I'll leave that for you to read. He's fluent in Portuguese and Spanish. Latin America. Security Manager, Special Access Program Manager. I mean, Top Secret and Special Access Program. Executive Officer, Force Protection and Intelligence Officer, 1998 to January 2004. I'm just tripping over my words trying to read this. Going down to where it says 2003, Security Manager, Airfield Security and Counter-Terrorism Mitigation Plans for 9 international airports. Developed airfield security and counter-terrorism mitigation plans for 9 international airports and oversees USAF operating locations, electronic warfare / cyber planner. Adjunct Professor at Henley Putnam University, Advanced Domestic Terrorism, Ethno-Nationalism Terrorism. That sounds like I should be ethno-nationalist. Sorry, I'm a bit of a grammar Nazi. Regional Security Manager and Force Protection and Intelligence Operations Instructor. Top Secret Special Access Program. Performed airfield force protection, threat assessments and penetration testing for 17 public and military airfields globally. Unit Anti-Terrorism Program Manager and Intelligence Instructor.
Just so everybody knows now, because I want to make sure everybody gets credit here. I did run, what was it, Nika's Neuro Nuggets, a video from her. I ran, I'm trying to think here. Oh, and keep everything straight. Who else did I do? I did Crime Circus. Make sure you sub to all these people if you haven't subbed. And if you are subbed to them, make sure you go and like their videos. let's see. Thank you, Misty. And I'm trying to think. Yes, J for Justice. That was a good one. That's another one. Just make sure that any of the videos that I share that you go, if you have not subscribed to them, subscribe to them, and make sure you hit their like buttons to keep them algorithms right and everything. I know that's me too, Bubbly. I've had to delete a few. I've had to delete a few, but over time, and yeah, especially one recently that Jules was talking about. I deleted her even before anything went down because I knew. And if you go look under comments under Jules' last video, you will see my comment. Now, I hope she doesn't get mad at me about it, but I just told the truth. That's all. Anyway, back to the video.
Combat aircrew, linguist. Top 1% of all DoD Spanish linguists, cyber order of battle analyst. Did I mention that I thought the military was involved in this? Lockheed Martin, what a surprise. That links to Columbine. I mean, it says Lockheed. I'm assuming it's Lockheed Martin. So, all 11 education. God blimey. Seattle. Pacific Lutheran University, Center for this guy's a spy or something. Center for Homeland Defense and Security, Naval Postgraduate School. What is in the Air Force and the Navy? Gonzaga University, Excelsior University, liberal arts. Get a bit of liberal arts in there. National Defense University, Air University, USAF Squadron Officers School, Defense Language Institute, Institute for Intelligence Studies, and Mount Vernon High School. Man. Washington State Bar Association, Supreme Court, and a Scoutmaster. Oh, he's done a lot of this guy has been busy. Board president of Viva Farms, training chair, Skagit District Boy Scouts. I don't like it when they're then.
Yeah, Pearly. Yeah, I know. I remember that. But everybody makes mistakes, and her bigger mistake was going on someone's show and being a part of it. That was her big, and I'm sure she learned a hard lesson there. And I actually kind of feel for her because she is really good. I mean, she's just a bulldog when it comes to investigating, and she has a good degree. She's a very smart person, and I won't delete her off my deal because I do like watching her. Yeah.
When they work for the Boy Scouts, makes me nervous. Board member, social services and economic empowerment. Board member, economic empowerment again, and a bit of art and culture. And the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Now, I did wonder if Ethan's family are actually Mormons.
Okay, Karen. Yeah, and I know the deadline you're on, and you know what? I love you, girl, for everything that you do for me. If people only knew what you do in the background for me, and I'm telling everybody right now, Karen is just one very hardworking person, and a lot of credit to the information I get comes from her. She is one of a kind, and I love you very much, Karen. So yes, and I'm looking forward to that, and so is somebody else in here. And we know what's going on, and I'm just telling you people now, it's something very, very, very good that could be happening very, very soon. That could change this case drastically. And Karen's working on it right now. Anyway, back to the video.
I can't remember why. Something I read ages ago. I don't know if they are, so I don't know. It might be in the area they lived in or something. So people also viewed these people who I don't recognise any names there. So, so that's the tulip farm owner, Andrew Miller. Seen another picture of him. His eyebrows are a bit bushy. You just have to look at the eyebrows, don't you, every time now? Get some pics. I'm just here growing a few tulips. Look at these eyebrows. He was there, all in black, like a ninja. He's a flipping using covert operations. No wonder he just walked past. He's covered. 14 leverages. Caterpillar eyebrows. Has he got those funny, those dungarees that we saw at fight night? Hold on. That's the same. Is that a different guy? Is that the same guy with glasses on? That's sometimes they just put complete. Oh no, hold on. We've got. No, it's probably the. Oh, I don't know who it is. Is oh my God. What do we think of this? I am dying to read your responses to this. It is comedy gold. It's outstanding. This is the the best segue of the whole thing. So there we go. Get back to me. Let me know what you think. Have a good look on LinkedIn. Put in Andrew Miller Tulip Farm and he comes up.
There, another good video. Well, how was everybody's Indigenous Day? Did you stuff yourself with turkey and stuffing and all the good stuff? Stuffing's my favorite. Stuffing's my favorite. This year I made it with. I always do mine's always really different. I made it with slivered almonds and what else was it? I always have some kind of fruit in there. I like a sweet and a crunchy, and then with the broth, and onions and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I use cherries. This year, what the hell did I use? I can't even remember now. I still got turkey, and I'm really tired of turkey. But I don't know what you guys do, but it was tradition in my family, and my mommy taught me how to do it. My mom taught me a lot about cooking, and then I was trained by a chef. And when I worked out in Fargo, I worked at a really fancy restaurant where senators and even movie stars would come in, and I was trained by a chef there, and I worked there a couple of years, so I have a lot of training. And then, but I learned a lot from my mommy, and she taught me how to make, because it was a day or two after Thanksgiving. She would always make a couple great big pans of turkey a la king. So I've been eating on that now a couple of days. And, how much turkey can you have? And I'm only like halfway through the turkey. So I got to cut and freeze for sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had a couple cold sandwiches too with the Miracle Whip, piled on there. Oh, yes, I love homemade cranberry. Yes, I had to have that. And I had, the sweet potatoes, and you got to have that too. But I didn't make it to my family's. I spent it alone. So that was the only bummer part. We were supposed to do the benefit. My band was supposed to play the benefit for my former girlfriend and former bandmate who had a brain hemorrhage, a stroke, and her heart failure and it went down to where it was only working 50%. It was really, really scary. She was not coherent. She finally started talking and coming out of it. She's doing a lot better now, but we had a Bennett for her on Saturday, but I didn't make it there. And the reason is our drummer is on, and his whole family is on lockdown. They got the bad strain of COVID, which has hit this area bad. Our singer works at the hospital, and here a few days back before the benefit, she ended up at the walk-in clinic, working at the walk-in clinic, and she said it was totally packed full of like COVID and flu and anything like respiratory. And I can't get it. I've had, I got a artificial valve, heart valve. I have a pacemaker. I got 11 stents. So I'm one of the ones that I can't get it. And I was really bummed out. I decided not to go to my son Julian's place a few hours away from here. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because my little granddaughter got sick and she was puking and stuff. And but I miss out on family time because of my health, and my health is because of my lifestyle that I chose, and because of these things right here. I quit everything else. These things, if you're young, don't ever start, kids. Don't ever start them, because it's the worst to try to stop. So, but anyway, so I spent it alone, and so I got all this food. And how much turkey can you really eat? You know what I'm saying? I'm about done with turkey. I'm going to take the other half breast and I'm going to cut that up and put it in the freezer, and it'll be good for sandwiches or soups. I'll probably make like a wild rice soup. That's one thing where I live. 99% of the world's wild rice comes right from here. And I mean good wild rice, not the black wild rice. This is the good wild rice. Oh man, it's out of this world. And, we used to sell it in my dad's grocery store back in the early 80s for $25 a pound to restaurants like out in California, because it's a delicacy. We kind of take it for granted here because it's all over the place. But we were selling it to this one restaurant for $25 a pound because it's so good here. It is just the best wild rice you'll ever have. And I put that in my stuffing this year too, with the wild rice. And, it was just fantastic. I love making stuffing. I love stuffing. Anyway, I should find something. One more, because I got that Vikings game coming up. So, but I'll find one more thing that we can watch here. Okay. No, that was only put up an hour ago. I don't want to do that. Anybody got any suggestions? Anybody? No, that'd be Minnesota, Cheryl. No, North Dakota is a no. 99% of the world's wild rice is grown wild in Minnesota, and the other 1% is Canada. Anybody got any suggestions? Anybody seen any good videos? Oh, jasmine rice. Yeah, that's a white rice. Yep. Carcass soup and noodles, Cynthia. Okay. Oh, dumplings. Oh, I love dumplings. Yes. I love dumplings. Yeah, I'm in Minnesota, Cheryl. Okay, this one will be called lack of transparency. All right. And you know what? Then I just run. You guys know I just ran one just like last week or something called transparency, and I got down on how there is no transparency. But yeah. But yeah, we'll give her some love here. We haven't showed a video of his for a while.
Innocent, then somebody else is guilty along the way. We also have a situation where this entire case, this entire crime, the time situation just seems fractured. It seems off. Something don't sit right. We're supposed to believe that this guy.
I'm not muted. No sound. What? What do you mean there's no sound? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, thank you, Diane. Why? I don't understand why you weren't hearing me before. Okay. That must be whoever said I had no sound. That must be you guys. So, all right.
And if we step all the way back, this guy comes into Washington in August time. And then by November, he has done reconnaissance on a house. He has, they don't even live near him. They live in a different area, but they've captured his eye enough for him to want to murder them, to do this heinous crime. And this is someone who's never done anything like this before that he has been caught. I appreciate that he hasn't been caught doing anything, but there is nothing in his past that would suggest that he is violent. Nothing at all. Nobody has come forward and said anything about Brian Kohberger being a violent person. There is still people who are coming forward and speaking and making ridiculous comments, like this, still talking about when Brian was arrested and the fact that he was seen segregating rubbish out of the bins in his kitchen wearing gloves. And I say to people, you will go in comments and you will say these things, but you won't turn around and say how it's normal that if somebody is segregating their rubbish to put gloves on because they don't want to handle it without gloves. You don't mention that in this specific area where Brian Kohberger's parents lived, it is law for them to segregate their rubbish in the manner with which he was. Also, you don't mention the fact that it's quite normal for people to put rubbish in their neighbour's garden bin, not in the garden, not throw it over the fence. That would be bad. But do you know what I mean? All these things. Anyway, I digress. Time. And then the crime itself. Brian Kohberger did this entire crime from start to finish, out the door, and out the door in a manner with which he seemingly was clean. He cleaned himself, disrobed or whatever he did, and he did it in around 8 minutes. Now, you know that even law enforcement have a problem with this issue because every time they mention it, they extrapolate on things. They put that the time was between X time and that time, expanding it. At no point have they, but remember, these are the professionals. These are the professionals. These are the people who are garnering all the evidence, and these are the people you've got to trust, but yet they cannot be trustworthy enough to simply say that we believe these crimes happened between, say, 4:12 and 4:18. Do you know what I mean? They're pushing for this between 4 and 5, or between 3 and 4, or 2 and 3 if you're Kathy Mabbott. And it just doesn't sit right. Whenever they're talking about things, they're trying to be expansive, and it's being dishonest. It's being dishonest because people are not getting the accurate information. They're not truly understanding what you're saying has happened in this crime. But anyway, like I say, I knew there was going to be backlash yesterday from the Dylan Mortons. I just want to say, like I said in that video, I don't have an issue with Dylan Mortensen going out and having parties. What I have an issue with is those pictures were from a few weeks ago, literally a few weeks ago. So around the time that this is happening, her family are doing interviews saying that she is basically a recluse. She's suffering from survivor's guilt, and the only sort of thing that she's doing is sitting in the house and playing video games. And I have to wonder why they are then being dishonest. Why can't they just come out and say she is doing better? She's actually doing better. She has got good friends around her and she is going out. She's trying to get back to a normal life. See, that's what sits uncomfortable with me. It sits uncomfortable with me when even the families of these kids, and they've got me fucking saying kids now. They're not kids, they're fucking young adults. These young adults, their families are coming out and making it look like they're suffering when they're not. And I know that's going to sound harsh and some people are not going to like that. But there is a massive difference between truly suffering from survivor's guilt, being a recluse, not being able to leave the house, needing counseling and seeking advice from your spirits. And I don't mean Jack fucking Daniels and Johnny Walker either. They were talking about the church. And it sits uncomfortable. All I'm saying is it sits uncomfortable. Why can't people just come out and be honest? Said, yes, she's gone out on a piss. She's young. She's a young adult. She's got friends around and she's going out. She's trying to get back to normal. We're a year down the track. I could understand that. And that would be open. But they didn't do that. They were trying to hide it. They were trying to attack people online and trying to say that we had fueled a situation that seemingly didn't exist. And when you pair that with the fact that just days after this crime happened, they were out getting tattoos. We now see that they are indeed out on a piss, they're going out on a piss, and they are indeed getting advice from the spirits. And then you've got posts like this. Now, I'm not saying that there's any truth in this post, but these posts exist, and you have to sort of ask yourself, is this person an absolute raving lunatic, or is there some truth behind it? And when you see shit like this, it gives more, validity to this. It makes it seem like you can't just turn around and say, I'm going to disregard that. It's just complete and utter junk. And it reads, while all you people feel sad for DM, let me help you out. Her and her man are involved. They helped clean up and lied. She was out the next night with Bridget and Ashlyn after the unalivens, laughing about what was done to Kaylee. Won't get into details. Laughing about how she suffered and pleading for her life, laughing about how they won't be able to recognize them, etc. You get the point. DM hated her dog. She used to kick him when Kaylee wasn't around. She wanted her dead. Do you people not get it? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm so frustrated. I live in Moscow, went to same college, and I'll just say was close enough to know what I'm talking about. I moved out of Moscow when we became aware BK was indeed innocent. DM is not a victim. She hated Kaylee and Maddie. I'm talking now because I no longer live in Moscow. I'm sick and tired of people excusing her. My God, if you guys only knew the truth. They were all laughing because they know the chief has their back. I probably misspelled a lot. I'm extremely angry and frustrated because I feel like the truth has come out and no one wants to believe it. The end. And like I say, this person could be a complete and utter nutcase. They could. They could be someone who sits in the basement, covers himself in peanut butter and cling film and dances around. Do you know what I mean? And that's the truth. But when you contemplate certain elements of this case and what you see and what you hear, it offers validity to this. Like it talks about the fact that the chief has their back. And I still question when you say that there was such a delay in calling for assistance and calling friends first, that needed to be addressed by law enforcement, and it never was. You know, we're seeing that they're trying to suggest that these students are in some form of danger. Every time there is a gag, every time there is something that is released that is not released to the public, one of the excuses is that they're keeping these witnesses and that's safe. And yet they are out fucking partying. You've got Bethany Funk getting engaged. So life is going on for them, and they don't seem to be suffering as much as what people lead us to believe. And look, I don't want them to be suffering. I'm not saying I want them to suffer. I just want honesty and transparency. And that seems to be something that this case just can't give. It cannot give honesty and transparency. Let me know down below what you think. I'll catch you all in the next one.
All right. Yeah, harsh is always harsh. You always has something good to say. A lot of things are going on. And I just want to say, Karen's going to be working all night, getting ready to send a major law firm who requested our information. And this major law firm is the type that could get Brian off. And they requested information from us. Yes, Cheryl, I'm from Minnesota. Oh, are you? Oh, email me at Once Upon a Crime Time. Tell me where you're from, and I'll let you know where I'm from. I'm up north. I'm up north. I'm 2 hours from Canada. So anyway, this is very important that this gets done. And it's going to get done. And Karen's going to be working on it all night. And we've been working on this for days because we want the right information to get to this law firm. And I'm telling you right now, if they take this case, if they go and take this case, Brian is 99% sure he'll get off. We're 99% sure he'll get off. That's how important this is. So there's been a lot of, like I said, a lot of pans in the fire. We're also working on that case for Friday. We're going to be interviewing parents of a missing daughter. I'm not going to say who right now or anything, but it is quite the case. It's a very strange, one of the strangest cases, missing person cases I've ever seen. And the parents will be on the show Friday night, I think about 7 o'clock, 6 to 7. I haven't made up my mind yet. So be prepared for that one. You have no sound. I'm hoping everybody can hear me okay. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, yeah, you must be hearing because Bella. Okay. So that's what's been going on, and there's like 3 or 4 other not other cases, but other stories on this case that we're working on besides trying to get this ready for this law firm. And that's kind of what's been going on. So I was almost thankful for Thanksgiving and to have a little time that we could do a little bit of catching up. And I just decided to do a live chat tonight because we're just working on so much. I love you all so much. Root for the Vikings, please. Vikings have to win. They're my team. And you guys are the best subs ever. My mods, you always make such a nice chat. I mean, this is I look at this and it's just awesome. I love it. I love this community and my crime family, and you are all part of my crime family, and I love you guys dearly. And you know how it goes, right? Oh, wait a minute here. I'm going to get that out there, though. Yeah. So, anyway, you know what's coming next, right? Until next time, rock and roll.
I see my redhead, mess bed, tear shed, queen bee must squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds in hell, I'll be in good company. spells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuffed shirt, like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company. And I'll be in good company. And I'll be in good company.
Baby, please don't leave me. Oh, baby, don't you go. 'Cause when you walk out on the road, daddy, said it's a long and lonely road. And if you think I'm just gonna sit and watch you go, head and you, oh baby, you get wrong. 'Cause I tried to love you better, even then I love myself. Oh Lord, no, don't you do it to me, daddy. 'Cause I need you and no one else. And I can't stand it, I just can't stand the thought of you with somebody else. Oh baby, can't you see? Hey, you gotta be under your spell. Hey, because I try. Love you better. When you walk out on said it's a long and lonely road, and I can't stand it. I just can't stand to let you walk out that door. Oh, baby, can't you see? No matter how much she loves you, hey, I love you more. Honey, I try, I try, I try, I try, I try. Lord, I try to love you better, to love you better. But darling, please, please, come back to me, baby. I need you, baby, need you, baby. Oh, no, don't leave me, baby. Please don't leave me, baby. Please don't
Well, I hear that change coming, it's coming around the bend, and I ain't seen sunshine since I don't know when. Yeah, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time is rolling on. And I hear that lonesome whistle way down the singing song. Well, when I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always get good, boy, don't ever play with guns. Yeah, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. And I bet there's Rick Montana in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking whiskey and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. And I hear that lonesome whistle, and that's what tortures me. Torture me, child. Yeah, I bet there is Montana in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking whiskey and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. And the people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. When if they free me from this prison, if they're ever transplant, you know I'll pick it all up, move it farther down the line. Fight from Folsom Prison is where I long to be. And then people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Yeah, the people keep moving, and that's what tortures me. Yeah. Thank you. We are going.